Namaste, my name's Jen, and I'm going to guide you through a Vinyasa yoga practice today where we really focus on moving breath to movement, and we'll be opening up through the hips. It's going to be a shorter practice today, so let's get started on our feet. We'll get started at the top of our yoga mat. Stand with your feet hip-width distance apart, and just glance down at your toes and pick up all 10 toes and set them back down on the mat. And then lift up your heels and set those back on the mat. And just shift back and forth a few times until eventually arriving to flat feet, all four corners rooted into the yoga mat. Bring your shoulder blades up towards your ears, and then exhale them down your back. Stand up nice and tall. Palms can be beside you, or you can rest your hands somewhere on your body, maybe your belly and your heart. And as you're ready, close off your eyes. Imagine you've got roots growing from the bottom of your feet, growing through the yoga mat, through your floor, through the earth's surface, traveling all the way down to the earth's core. Firmly rooted, secure, standing tall. And from this place, start to arrive into your body and into your breath. Breathe in through your nose, fill up, and release it out of your mouth. Reseal your lips, breathe in through your nose, and back out of your nose, while slightly constricting your throat, creating that ocean-like sound, your Ujjayi breath. From this strong, secure, connected place, connect to your true self. Breathing in, I am in my body. Breathing out, I am home. Letting this be your mantra to keep you centered throughout your yoga practice. Can open up your eyes, relax your hands down by your sides. Inhale, stretch the arms high, palms face one another. Stand up nice and tall, and then grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and stretch over to the right. Root firmly into your left foot. Stretch into that left side body. Breathe. Inhale, stretch high. And take a hold of that right wrist, left hand. Stretch over to the left. Root into that right foot as you stretch into that right side body. Breathe. Inhale, stretch high. Exhale, twist open to the right. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Notice if that right hip starts to pull towards the back of the mat. Bring it aligned with the left. Gazes over those right fingertips back towards the back of the mat. Peeling into that upper back. Inhale, reach those arms high. Exhale, twist open to the left. Right arm stretches forward, left arm stretches back. Notice if that left hip follows. Pull it forward, meet the right. And stretch those fingertips in opposite directions. Gazes over that left hand. Peeling into the upper back. Inhale, stretch those arms high. Exhale, fold. Bend into your knees, grab opposite elbows, take a ragdoll. You can let your belly rest on your thighs, releasing the low back. Sway side to side. And shake out your head, yes and no. Straighten out through those legs. Release your hands down towards the mat, Uttanasana, intense forward fold. You can shift your weight a little bit into the ball of the feet. And then activate the legs, lift through the kneecaps. This is an active stretch.
Your fingertips don't need to meet the mat, but if they do, you can crawl them back to be aligned with your toes. Neck is nice and long. Head is an extension of the spine, nice and heavy. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands come through the shins, gazes forward. Pause for a few extra breaths. Notice if you're locking out your knees, you can bring a soft bend into the knees. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. You're always welcome to drop to your knees here. If you've kept them lifted, good for you. We'll hold for 5 breaths. Press the mat away from you. Belly presses to spine, legs are on, full body is on. Creating some heat. Maybe turn up those breath sounds. 2 more breaths. Inhale, shift your shoulders slightly forward of your wrists. Exhale, lower onto your belly. Untuck those toes one at a time. Press all 10 toes into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Light pressure in the hands, shoulders relax down the back. Exhale, lower and press back, downward facing dog. You can pedal it out, explore some movement in this shape. First downward dog of the yoga practice, it's nice to explore. Eventually, let's find some stillness here. You can press into those hands, especially the pointer finger and thumb. Roll your biceps out. And press your chest back towards your thighs. Hips remain lifted. That might mean bending through your knees a little bit to keep that spine long. Eventually, releasing the heels to the floor. Inhale, lift up on those heels and gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet up towards the top of the mat, feet touch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, get tall, reach those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bend into the elbows, cactus the arms, push your hips forward. Breathe. Inhale, stretch those arms high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, and lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Breathing in, I am in my body. Breathing out, I am home. Inhale, lift up on those heels. Exhale, step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach those arms high, Urdhva Headstand. Exhale, cactus those arms, open up the heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit those hips back. Reach your arms up. You can gaze down at your toes. This time we're shifting our weight back into our heels. You might even play with lifting those toes again. If you can't see your toes, sit back a little bit further. Roll your triceps in towards one another. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Soft gaze. Strong breath. Sit a little deeper. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step your left foot back. Inhale, high lunge. Arms reach up. You can bring your hands to your hips here. You can wiggle back those toes so that's a nice long stance. Heel is lifted above the ball of the left foot. And then we can bend into that back knee to neutral out the pelvis. We want neutral hips here. So our torso is right above our hips. We're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back. Once you found that neutrality, you can start to straighten out through that back leg and then reach the arms up towards the sky. Lunge a bit deeper and breathe. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Step back to plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, right leg high. Bend into that knee, stack the hips. Create a nice opening in that right hip. Bring that knee up towards the sky. Maybe paint some circles. Opening up. Go both directions. Level off those hips for 3-legged dog. Inhale, right heel a little higher. Exhale, step it through your hands. Inhale, high lunge. We've been here before. Settle in. Enjoy the left hip flexor stretch. Hands come down to frame your foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit back, reach up. Sitting in even deeper. Glance down at those toes, can you see them? If not, you know what to do, sit back. One more breath in. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the right foot back. Inhale, high lunge, arms reach up. Hands can come to your hips. We're going to check in with that pelvis. First, you can wiggle out those toes. Make sure you've got a nice long stance. Right heel is lifted above the ball of the foot. And then you can bend into that back knee. Find that neutral pelvis. We're not tilted forward, we're not back. And then start to straighten out through that back leg. Using that power, lunge forward. Arms reach up besides your ears. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot, step back, plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, left leg high. Bend into the knees, stack the hips. Open up through the hip, possibly making some circles if you did on the other side. Just making sure to go both ways. Square off your dog, three-legged dog. Lift the left heel high. Exhale, step it through your hands. Inhale, high lunge. Settle in. Hands come down to frame your foot. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step back. Lower through vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step your left foot forward, but leave it lifted for standing splits. Left foot reaches high. Fold forward, hinge forward. And then start to lift your torso so that you're parallel to the mat. Bring your hands up to heart center, warrior three. We'll make our way to standing, keeping the left leg lifted for standing one-leg mountain pose, Headstand. So you're going to create 90-degree angles at your hip, your knee, and your ankle. Stand up nice and tall. Drive through all four corners of that right foot. You can tap the left toe down if you need to. Otherwise, we're just going to start to bend into that right leg and stack the left ankle on top of the right. You can bring your hands to your hips for a little bit more stability. Figure four pose. If you'd like, you can then practice bringing hands back to heart center. Nice outer hip stretch. Okay, we can come back out of it, same way we came, stand up nice and tall. Reset with an inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Inhale, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step the right leg forward, leave it lifted, standing splits. Right heel lifts, hinge forward. Then start to lift your torso so it's parallel to the mat. Eventually bringing your hands to heart center, creating that T-like shape. Right toes stay flexed down towards the mat. Then we'll start to stand, one leg to Tadasana, bring that right leg forward, creating that 90-degree angle, the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Once again, you can feel free to tap the right toes down if you need a little break. Otherwise, you can bring hands to your hip, bend into that left knee, stack the right ankle on top of the left thigh, figure four. Eventually, hands can come back to heart center.
out of it. Standing tall. Reset. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, move through Vinyasa. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, we meet in downward dog. Big breath into your body. Exhale out of your mouth. I am home. Inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, across your body, tap the left elbow. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck, and step your heel through first, nice and lightly. Spin your back heel down, warrior two. Arms reach in opposite directions. Both hip points are pointed towards the long edge of your mat. Create a seal with the outer edge of your left foot so you can lunge nice and deep into that right knee. Then just gaze down. Can you see those right toes? If not, pull the right knee back out. Keep that knee safe. Three more breaths. Inhale, reverse the arms, straighten through that front leg, reverse triangle pose. Exhale, reach, extend forward, extended triangle. Right hand can come down to that right shin, left arm reaches up towards the sky. We want side bodies equally long, so notice if you're hunching and rounding. If you're not and you can reach those right fingertips down towards the floor, go ahead and try. Gaze wherever is comfortable on your neck. Down at the floor, up towards that lifted hand. Three more breaths. Use your abdomen to rise. Hands can come to your hips. Bring the toes to the long edge of the mat. Toes can come slightly in towards one another. Inhale, lift up the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold halfway. Release your hands down towards the mat and then take another breath in. Get the spine nice and long. Exhale, release the crown of your head down towards the yoga mat. If you'd like, you can always play with an inversion here, tripod headstand, if it's in your practice. If you're inverted, make your way back down. Let's all meet with a halfway lift, and then crawl yourself forward towards the top of the mat. You're going to set your left knee on the mat, right heel angles in towards you and toes angle out. Right knee follows and traces those toes for lizard lunge. You can stay up on your hands or drop down to your forearms. Reconnect to that rhythmic breath. Your drop down to your forearms, you can come back to your hands.
And then just sit your hips back for half splits. Sit your hips forward and take them back. And one more time, forward and back. Come back, forward, and we're going to move into Pigeon Pose. So just start to crawl those toes over towards the left edge of your mat and set your right knee down behind that right wrist. You can look behind you and see if that left leg is pointed straight out. You can lift up the back knee and walk it back just a little bit. Crawl your hands back towards you. Sit up nice and tall, proud pigeon. And then from this long, lengthy spine, you can start to crawl yourself forward. Relax your head somewhere on your hands, creating a nice pillow. Connecting to the sensations you feel in your body. Allowing your breath to deepen. Let's take 3 more breaths. And start to rise, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift up your left knee and swing that right leg nice and high. Shake it out. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel stretches high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, high. Exhale, across your body, right elbow, give it a tap. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, knee to nose, and then lightly step the heel through first. Spin your right heel down, warrior 2. Arms reach opposite directions, both hip points towards the long edge of the mat. Create that seal, the outer edge of your right foot, so you can lunge nice and deep into that left knee. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Reverse those arms, straighten out through that front leg, reverse triangle, and then reach, extend forward, extended triangle pose. Left hand can come down to that left shin, right arm reaches high. Equally long side bodies, heart is lifted. If you can drop those fingertips down towards the mat. Three more breaths. Strong yogi quarter rise, hands come to your hips. Take those toes to the long edge of the mat. Toes can come in towards one another. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold halfway. Release those hands down towards the mat. And take another breath in. Exhale, fold all the way. If you'd like, we can take a twist here and reach that left hand over towards the right ankle. Notice if one hip starts to lift, pull them in line with one another. And then opposite arm reaches on up towards the sky. Stretch that right arm high, possibly grabbing for that left hip crease. center. And then take your right hand over towards your left ankle. Notice if your hip starts to lift, pull it down. Stretch the left arm up towards the sky, possibly grabbing for your right hip crease. Unwind, come on back through center. Inhale, lift up halfway. Then crawl your hands towards the top of the mat. Drop the right knee on the mat. Left toes angle out, heels in. Knee follows the toes. Lizard lunge. You can stay here up on your hands, or if you'd like, you can come down to the forearms. Nice hip stretch. If you're down on your forearms, first come on up to those hands, then sit your hips back, half splits, and then shift them forward and back, and forward, and one more time, set them back, and then make your way forward. We're going to move into Pigeon Pose, so start to walk those toes over towards the right edge of your mat. Set your knee down, and then just gaze over the right shoulder this time. Woo, I've got some dog hair on me. Living with dogs here. And then pick up that knee, walk it back, set it back down. Sit up nice and tall, proud pigeon. And then crawl yourself forward. You can relax your forehead on a nice pillow you've created with your arms. Settle into the sensations you feel in your body. Let's take 3 more full breaths. Guide those hands underneath your shoulders, lift up your chest, lift up that back knee, and then sweep the left leg high, shake it out. Eventually meeting in downward dog. This being the last downward dog of our practice today, checking in with your body, noticing the sensations from your first downward dog to this one. Drop your knees on the yoga mat. Have a seat. Stretch the legs long. Move the flesh away from your sits bones. And then take the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles together. Drop your knees out wide. Sit up nice and tall. And then you can just hinge forward, using your elbows possibly to keep those legs down. Release your chest forward. Nice, go ahead and rise. You can stretch the legs long, nice. And just crawl yourself forward over your legs. Nice, easy forward fold. You can even just round into our back a bit. Place the palms somewhere face up. Take a breath in through your nose and release it out of your mouth. And start to rise, and we'll make our way onto our backs. So you can bend into those knees. If you'd like a little bit of core along the way, you can stretch those arms out in front of you and just take your time to lower onto your back, engaging the core on the way down. All right, we're almost there, yogis. So bring those feet on in towards your buttocks, plant them hip width distance. You can see if you can tickle those heels with those fingertips, roll your biceps out to puff up your chest, and then drive through the heels, lift those hips, bridge pose. You can interlace your hands underneath you, drive into the backs of the arms, lift those hips up a little higher. Breathe. One more breath in. And with the exhale, go ahead and lower. Just take a couple neutral breaths. And stretch your left leg long, hug your right knee in towards your chest, maybe even out towards that right armpit. And guide that knee across your body as you open up to the right. Take a nice twist. Option to close off your eyes. Allowing your breath to just become natural, no need to control it, settling down for practice. And then come on back through center, bring both knees in towards your chest, stretch the right leg long, left knee comes in towards your chest, maybe out towards the armpit. And then guide that knee across your body as you twist open to the left. Closing off your eyes, letting your body take over for your breath. Coming back to center, and hug both knees in towards your chest. If there's anything that will help round out your practice, maybe a happy baby or anything that would just help complete it, feel free to always do that. Always listen to your body. If you're ready, we can move into Shavasana together. Moving from first a nice little tight ball, squeezing your head in towards your knees and taking a big breath in through your nose. Release it out of your mouth to Shavasana. Legs stretch long, arms beside you, palms face up. Eyes closed. Feeling the weight of your body resting on the yoga mat, supported. Relax your eyebrows and your jaw, your tongue. Take one more breath together in through your nose. Shavasana on exhale.
an option to pause the video and take a longer Shavasana. If you feel ready, start to make some movements in your fingers and your toes. Rolling out your wrists and your ankles. And guiding your right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Taking a big breath into your palms. I am in my body. Exhaling, I am home. Remembering that your breath is always with you. Bring you into awareness, into your body, into this moment. And roll over to your right side body. Press yourself on up to a seat as you're ready. Take your time. Hands can meet at heart center, eyes closed, Anjali Mudra. Taking these last few moments in gratitude towards your body for this practice. Bring those thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyes for peaceful thoughts. Down to your mouth for kind words. And back to your heart for love and gratitude. Namaste.